Hello gamers, Agafor here once again with part 4 of how items protect a player. In this episode we're going to uncover why players take more damage from having items within their backpack. We'll also be looking at items within other pieces of clothing. Before that, I would like to express my many thanks for your support in this series so far. You made all of this possible with the love you have given this series. To bring this series up to speed with 0.43, we went back and tested the t-shirt, hoodie, Talon backpack, assault vest and chest holster. To cut a long story short, the results were almost exactly the same as the last patch, so the data we have so far is actually up to date with 0.43, which is nice to know. Now to test the latest chest items in the game, the wool coat and the ever evasive rider's jacket or leather jacket. As expected, they both provide the same protection as a t-shirt against melee damage. Now onto the backpacks with items inside. To make sure the mountain backpack we tested in the last episode was not bugged, we went ahead and tested the Talon backpack with 25 items inside. The results indicate the mountain backpack is not bugged. The Talon backpack provides less protection with items inside too. To make sense of this utter madness, we conducted several different tests on the Talon backpack. First up is a half-full Talon backpack. As you can see, the results are halfway in between a full backpack and an empty backpack. Now we know that the amount of items in a backpack dictate the damage a backpack can take. Next, we wanted to find out if stack size dictates how much damage a backpack takes, so we crammed 23 rags into 4 slots. If stack size does play a part here, we should get around 114 punches. The results tell us that stack size does not affect the backpack in any way. In the next test, we wanted to find out if the results we were getting is an anomaly with rags, so we crammed a backpack full of random 1x1 slot items. The results were exactly the same as with the rags. This raises another question however. Do items that take up say 2x2 in your inventory count as 1 item or 4 items because they take up 4 slots? So we placed 12 items inside a backpack, filling up the backpack completely. If the results are the same as a half-full backpack, we know that item size makes no difference whatsoever. It does in fact make no difference. The damage increase is based on the number of items, not the number of slots taken up by items. This may sound a little bit confusing, but what about items inside other items inside a backpack, such as items inside a protector case inside a backpack? So we placed items inside the medikits and protector case until there were a total of 25 items inside the backpack, so the same amount of items inside a full backpack. If there is no difference, we'll get the same results as we just did. No difference there. Backpack protection only goes 1 level deep. I have to say, I think we have some pretty good results so far, but there is one more anomaly that we have not considered. Does only fist damage cause backpacks to behave in this way? To find out, we got 2 pristine Talon backpacks and 2 badly damaged wrenches. First up is an empty backpack. Okay, 42, we have no idea what that means yet, but hopefully we will soon. Next is a backpack full of 25 random 1x1 items, and the result is 36, amazing. So the results we have here span across all melee weapons, and probably ballistic damage too. But what about other pieces of clothing with items inside? Are they affected by having items inside them too? To find out, we got a worn hoodie and a damaged assault vest and absolutely stuffed them full of items. From these results, we can assume that all pieces of clothing that have items inside take more damage or provide less protection. However, the results we have from this episode won't make much difference at all against ballistic damage. Maybe this info will help us against the Sporter 22 or Amphibia S. But when it comes to melee damage, having fewer items in your clothing could mean the difference between taking an extra hit from melee weapons. The difference between surviving or getting killed. These results also finally tell us that the best gear you can wear in-game to protect your chest against melee damage is any pristine piece of chest clothing. It doesn't matter if it's a rider's jacket, TTSKO or t-shirt, they all protect you the same. A pristine vest or chest attachment, but not the anti-stab vest. The assault vest protects you just as much as a chest holster. And finally, backpacks. Any pristine child briefcase, hunting backpack or mountain backpack. Remember that a badly damaged mountain backpack is just as good at protecting you as a pristine one. As a conclusion for this episode, we know that having items inside any piece of clothing reduces the amount of damage that piece of clothing can take. However, we need to carry items. We can't just run around with no ammo, no magazines or no bandages. So as a temporary solution, I would highly recommend getting protector cases to put your items inside, because the protector case only counts as one item. Especially now that you don't have to drop or equip a protector case to view or manipulate the contents. I would also highly recommend not carrying anything you don't need to. Water and food are not scarce. Eat and drink until you become stuffed stage 2. This is when stuffed becomes brown. Then drop or give away any of your remaining food and drink and other items you don't need for maximum protection. Now this madness is resolved, the world makes a little more sense. Let your friends know that items inside your backpack or clothing do not protect you more. They actually negatively affect the amount of damage your character can take. This means inventory management is now, more than ever, a key part of your character's survival in DayZ. Next Sunday, I'm releasing a brand new series that I'm sure you'll be very interested in. More details on that next week. To continue this series onto headgear, however, I will need to create a controlled test condition for headgear. If you guys have any ideas for testing headgear under controlled conditions, please let me know in the comments. If you learned something here, remember to hit that like button. This is Agathor, wishing you all the best on your travels in Cherna Rus. See you in the next video.